We are talking to Monkees author and expert, fan extraordinaire, Fred Velez, who has not only written a great book, and he's also got a CD out, a seasonal CD that's Monkees related. But, well, first of all, Fred, welcome to the show.
Well, thank you very much, Ghosty. It's nice to be here. Hello to everybody out there on your show.
Well, we have a lot of Monkees fans, as
well,
you
I know that.
Yeah, listening to the show. And you've written a book, and I sent you a message on Facebook about this. It's a book called A Little Bit Me, A Little Bit You, A Fan's Perspective on the Monkees.
Right.
And what I thought was interesting about this, most books that are written about the Monkees hone in on the phenomenon of the 60s. And maybe it's sort of like an afterthought, the various reunions and things that were happening in the 70s and 80s. You cover the 60s, your experiences watching the Monkees that early in your life, but you spend a great deal of time talking about the Monkees conventions of the 70s, which you were a part of, getting to know the guys, and you really document all this Monkees-related activity that happened after the show ended. So as far as I'm concerned, your book is an invaluable resource for tracing the history of the group after it split.
Oh, thank you. It's very nice of you to say that. Yes, because I was a fan that early on. I'm a first generation fan, and even after the TV show was off the air, it was canceled and all that, I still was interested in the Monkees. I got the records as they came out from that period after Peter Tork left, and I found the music was just as good. Some of it fantastic. In fact, the Michael Nesmith tracks in particular were incredible. And Mickey was writing again, and he wrote some fantastic songs in that period. And Davy had some songs out too, and they all showed that they had great abilities as songwriters and artists. And I just kept following what they were doing. I mean, the only sources at the time were the teen magazines of what was going on with them. Those Tiger Beats, those 16 magazines, they came in handy.
Yeah, they certainly did. And as you say, that music, after the show went off the air and the Monkees had that big dip in popularity, I've made no secret about it, that Instant Replay is my favorite Monkees album.
Oh, I think it's up there with Headquarters and Pisces.
Yeah.
As one of the best albums because it's very consistent. It has some great songs on it. Nesmith, you could see the direction Nesmith was going.
Sure.
They're going to go as a solo artist from the songs that are an instant replay. My favorite Monkees Nesmith song of all is "While I Cried."
Yep, great song.
That's my absolute favorite because it's a beautiful song. There's fantastic harmonies on it and amazing guitar work.
We just heard the Monkees with While I Cry, and we're talking with author Fred Velez. His book is called A Little Bit Me, A Little Bit You. Fred, how did this whole project come about?
For years, people have been telling me, Fred, when are you going to write your Monkees book? After Davy Jones sadly passed away, I figured now was the time to write the book. Basically, I researched myself.
Yeah, sure.
Trying to remember everything. And my friend Linda Walsh, who helped me with the writing in the book, I was pacing her father's porch as she wrote down my ramblings.
Right.
And she was amazed at how much I remembered.
Well, one of the things that makes your book unique is not only were you a fan of the Monkees and following them even after the breakup and all through the 70s, but you got to meet the Monkees, hang out with the Monkees, and in some cases become friends with the Monkees. Now, I don't want you to reveal everything that's in the book, but if you could you tell us the story about how you briefly worked for Davy Jones? Okay.
Dolenz Jones' Boys and Heart 76 was the first time I ever saw any of the Monkees in concert. Then they did the 77 tour by themselves, and then after that, Mickey and Davy were off doing their own stuff for a long time, so they were out of the spotlight for a long time in America. So in 1984, 2 years before the big Monkees reunion explosion happened in '86, Davy came to America to do some of the promotion here.
Right.
And through Maggie McManus's late lamented Monkey Business fanzine, we arranged for Davy to appear in a couple of shows, including the Uncle Floyd show.
Mm-hmm.
And was at the Uncle Floyd show tapings that I got to really know Davy for the first time on a one-to-one basis. From time to time, we got together like at the conventions and things like that. I introduced him on stage in an '86 Philly convention, and in I'm trying to get this, I think 91, 92, I was in a dead-end job, and I was like really wanted to get out and do something. And I said, well, I know these guys. I know the Monkees. I know Davey. I know Peter. Because I got to do something. I got to do something with my connections with these guys. So I just sent Davey a note saying, I'm looking for some work. If you need an assistant or somebody, you think you could use me for anything, just let me know. And then I sent it off, just hoping, something might happen. So about maybe it was probably a week or so later, I hear my phone ringing in my other room. I didn't catch the call in time, so I let the machine pick it up. So I go and I put on the machine, and I hear, "Hello, Fred, this is Davy Jones talking." And I'm going, "Ah!" So I got myself together, and I called back Davy, and he told me what he wanted, that he and his partner, Alan Green, were working on a book, which eventually became the Mutant Monkees book. And he invited me down to Beavertown, Pennsylvania, where he lives, to help out him and Alan on some stuff. I did light research. I'm not saying like I went in there and I did a lot of stuff with them. I just went over there, listened to what ideas they had, and I contributed what ideas I had. Basically, they wanted things from the viewpoint of a fan, because they wanted to, if a fan put this together, they would know what other fans would like, and that's what they wanted. So, they wanted like all the catchphrases that periodically popped up in the Monkees TV series.
Right.
And then Davey dragged out this big trunk and told me, just go through it, see what you think the fans might like to see. So he opens it up, and I look inside, and I feel like I died and went to monkey heaven.
Sure.
because it was filled with his personal memorabilia, a lot of incredible monkey photographs. There were scrapbooks and photo albums full of amazing photos and a lot of stuff. And I was going to it. He had the wardrobe photos for Head, where he showed each monkey being fitted out into costumes for the movie. And I'm looking at this stuff, and also some incredible snapshots from the tours, the '67 tour, and Davey with such stars like Pete Townsend of The Who, Barry Manilow, guys like that. And I told Davey and Alan, these photos have got to be in the book. And they did turn up. And I got a credit in the book. So if anybody has the Davy Jones Mutant Monkees book, that's not the full title. It's a big, long, complicated title.
Right.
So I'm very proud to have been involved with that project. And I'll always thank Davey for allowing me to help out with him on that one.
It speaks to his character, that he would do that for you. Davey
was incredible with the fans. Any fan who encountered him can tell you he would sign every autograph, and that makes it a little harder for me at times, because I had this. If you look at the cover of my book, I have the photograph with the four Monkees taken at the 1989 Hollywood Walk of Fame ceremony, where they got their star on the Walk of Fame. And I got the other three guys to sign it, but unfortunately I never got Davey to sign it. I've had opportunities to have him sign it, and always there was like a big crowd of people, and I could never get to him, whatever, because it was just too much. I just didn't want to deal with it. So I'll get him next time.
Yeah,
unfortunately, next time never came.
That's right.
Sadly. Yeah. But as I chronicled in my book, I did eventually have his four daughters, Talia, Sarah, Jessica, and Annabelle, signed in their father's place. So the photograph has the three Monkees and the autographs of Davy's daughters. So for me, the picture is complete.
On to something completely different, Fred.
Oh, yes.
But although connected, you have a Christmas CD, a Monkees-themed Christmas CD, and I'd try to explain it, but I'm going to let you do it. Exactly. What is this CD?
Okay, well, first I must thank John Rodzinski of the group The Monkey Files, who put out their own Monkees tribute CD. He had played at Beavertown and other places and at the Monkees conventions. So I get a phone call from him, and John says, Fred, I just got this inspirational thought. I got to put together a Christmas CD, and it's got to have you on it. And I listened to it, and I said, is he nuts? But we talked about it, and then we came across with some good ideas. I'm a stage actor, and so I know, and I've done a lot of musicals, so I could sing on stage. So anyway, John said, let's do this Christmas CD. And I said, okay, well, we could do either traditional, we could do something a little fun and since we're both associated with the Monkees in some capacity, let's do something monkey-oriented. So we threw out ideas about maybe mashing up Christmas songs with monkey tunes. Because do you know the group, the Fab Four?
Sure do. Yeah, I have those. And the one before that, there was a group called Beatmas who did the same thing, where they take they do Christmas songs and Beatle arrangements.
Right. Yeah. You got everybody. Not to plug another group, but you must pick up the Fab Four's Hark album. It's amazing. So we thought, I mentioned that to John. I said, let's do something similar to that. So we threw out ideas of what monkey songs would go well with what Christmas songs. And John is, oh my gosh, this man is a borderline genius. He put together all the tracks, or the more monkish of the songs, almost exactly like the original songs themselves. And we wanted to make it as monkey-centric as possible, even down to the cover. The back cover of the CD resembles the Headquarters album.
I see.
Little touches like that. And the label of the CD itself looks like a Cold Gem single.
Oh, okay. And we should mention the title of this thing. It's called A Little Bit Christmas.
Right.
Is the name of it. It's sort of, I guess, a tie-in to the book in a way, and a little bit me, a little bit you. Sure. The track, Christmas Is My Time of Year, is, would you say that's sort of the unofficial single from the record?
It is. That song is very significant in that it was recorded as a single by Mickey Dolenz, Davy Jones, and Peter Tork in 1976, produced by Chip Douglas, who produced their great single albums, and was written by Chip Douglas and Howard Kalin of the Turtles. When we were discussing what songs to put on, I said, we got to do Ryu to You, and we got to do Christmas Is My Time of Year. Then I had an idea to put in some Christmas greetings from other fans. It would be like, it's connected to my book, in that I have not only my stories in there, but stories from other Monkey fans. So let's continue that concept. Let's have other fans involved in this. So I contacted my dear friend Kyoko from Japan just to send me a Christmas greeting in Japanese, and then it just snowballed from there. And we topped it off with my mother giving a greeting in Spanish. And if you listen to the track, we sort of like put a little bit of Daydream Believer, a reference to Daydream Believer. When you hear the track.
Well, listen, Fred, I want to point people in the direction of Albuquerque, but I can't. So I'm going to point them in the direction of your web presence. Where could they get not only the book, A Little Bit Me, A Little Bit You, but also the CD, A Little Bit Christmas?
Okay, A Little Bit Me, A Little Bit You, the Monkees from a fan's perspective. You could buy it at all the outlets like Amazon.com. You can get CreateSpace.com. You can get it there. The digital versions you can get on Amazon Kindle, Barnes & Noble Nook, and also Apple iTunes. You get those outlets. And then for the CD, I'm doing a fundraising on the CD because it does cost money to make these things. So the money will go towards helping to cover the costs and licensing of the CD. So you could go, this is the site for that, GoFundMe, that's one word, GoFundMe.com/FTHK94. And if people want to get a combo of the CD and the book together, you can go on the Monkees Convention 2014 website, and I have a web store there where we have a combo where you get the book and the CD together.
I want to thank you so much for coming on and chatting with us and sharing your experiences, not only as a fan of the Monkees during the lean years of Monkee fandom and working with Davy Jones, but also telling us about this new CD. And I'm going to play the Mickey, Davy, and Peter version
Oh, you got to give them a break, too.
Yeah, Christmas is my time of year. And then we're going to segue into the version off A Little Bit Christmas.
Oh, great.
So we'll hear them both
much,
back
Ghosty.
to back. Thanks so much, Fred, and you have a great rest of your day.
Thank you, Ghosty. Take care. Bye, everybody.
You too.